A lot of birds around here. A lot of pigeons. And other kinds of birds. And they're always in huge groups. They always like pair up together. And when people walking around, they scatter them everywhere. Hey, lizard. Wow, my Mossad neighbor was brought up that there seems to be way less lizards now. Hey, buddy. It's bad luck to touch them. Well, that's what the Islanders say. They say it's okay if they climb on you, but you can't. You're not supposed to chase them. But oh, there. Yeah, I've had them climb on me before. I had we have those gray ones, and then we have like gecko looking ones. Those ones I usually get in the house. Yeah, I used to see them in my room occasionally, in the apartment, always in the back hallway. And I've had one of the gecko ones. He went onto my arm, and him and a gray one too, at a separate time, and they usually go up into the back of my head, into my hair. But it's supposed to mean something good if they climb on you. It's supposed to be good luck. It's also good luck if a bird shits on you, which is not a joke. But the lizards, I've had 2 of them climb on me. And they just climb up to the back of my hair. They go into my hair. And I'd just, I'd let them get bored and run off. One of the times with the gecko one was over at the bus stop with a statue of the Princess Kapiolani, whose house used to be where her statue was. And the reason she had her house there, I believe, is because of the wind, the way it comes out up the mountains. They should have kept her house. I suspect her house had all kinds of crazy tech on it, though, that they would probably call flagpoles now, because this place had electricity like super early, like before a lot of other places. So they had a way to get it out of the air, the old world tech to get power out of the air. I think they had that here, and her house probably had all that shit on it, and they had to tear it down, because most places a house like that would be historically protected, but I don't know, they're not good at that here. You notice a lot of times I start off, I'm in a bush. I'm usually in a bush because I can't stop anywhere. I also have people at my ass. Like, even for a minute, you can't stop anywhere. You know what, like, a pressure valve is? A stress pressure valve? This has become my pressure valve. Having to deal with a lot of nonsense in my neighborhood post-COVID, post-new arrivals. Like I was saying the other day, like, so many times when I see an incident or I'm involved in an incident, it's like I start recording just to talk about it, and then I can't use it because it's like, But this is just so cathartic to watch this site. It's a crypto coin, and what they do is they put these little segments out every day. Their Instagram page, not every day, almost every day, the Instagram page uploads something new, and they even have, in the comments, you always ask, where do you want to see the fat ends go next? And they'll take requests. I saw a guy put Antarctica in there, and he sent the fat ends to Antarctica. Everybody loves this thing. Their numbers are insane. Like their Twitter, X, and Instagram pages are just blown up. I'm surprised Instagram allows that to happen at first, until you look into the company and it's owned by them. But I see people in the comments, like, everyone likes it, even black people, but I start to see some black people saying, I'd really be interested to know who owns it, like if the guy's black that runs it. No, he's Jewish, but the people that make the actual page, why? Just let me go. People that make the actual page are not either, because they use a lot of jokes. Someone's, the person that makes the content has been to 4chan or goes to 4chan, because they use a lot of things that you see over there. Very specific kind of coded language about stuff that most people don't use or wouldn't know. I can catch it when you watch it. You can see. So yeah, no, I don't think there's any black people involved at all in the creation of this. And it's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. And it's a good way to just be able to enjoy something without getting banned. Or, I mean, I don't know, anywhere else they wouldn't be able to get away with that. But like I said, it's a crypto coin. They run it. So that's probably how they circumvent the social media bans and stuff like that. It's so scary in Hawaii when these guys work on the road. There's one down there, right? And they're working on the sidewalk, just like this. And there's no signs. There's no, like, see, back in, like, just for an example, Massachusetts, we would have all kinds of signs, all kinds of where to go, where to walk. This isn't that bad because I got a cop here. But down there where I'm coming from, they don't have nobody. It's just, they just have the work going on. And the lane right next to the work is full of all their trucks. There's no signs. Just as you're walking, and a lot of people walk around down here. I mean, I'm aware of that because I have I have the brain that allows me to be aware of that. These guys don't. But they, you just have to walk out in the street, and not even in that lane, because they take up that lane with their trucks. You got to go into traffic to get around, and it's not a little jog. It's a long stretch of the road there. No signs, no anything. They just don't think of that stuff, I guess. And I'm looking, because I always do, to see what kind of representation my people have there, and they have none. If they did have my people there, one of them would say, "What the fuck are you doing? Where are people going to go?" "Oh, I don't know. Where do they want to go?" Well, but if people come walking through here, they're going to walk into the street and deal with the traffic. We have mostly Asian drivers here, right? What are you crazy? Oh, I don't know. What I mean? That's what you get. But there wouldn't be one of my people there, because they don't really hire my people, especially for those kind of jobs. I've heard people that are even just tattoo artists that have come here, and it's like, I can't get work anywhere. It's impossible. And it kind of is. I have friends that were like, that, work in the area, and it's always the same thing. They always get the lowest kind of position. And I think the other day I talked about this when I was talking about my friend who works for the parks department, or he did. And yeah, he used to get in trouble for like doing the job, basically. It's just a different vibe, that's when, like, I kind of agree with people when they say it's a third world place. I see it more as like a developing nation, kind of, you know what I mean? Not about third world exactly, but yeah, that's a dangerous situation, like just putting people in the fucking street. And it's not even like a thing where you could go into the breakdown lane. You can't be doing this, for this Christ. I can't be behind someone filming their ass. I think I got up for a thumbnail anyway. But yeah, they're just not super up on things like that. And they're not trying to be jerks or assholes or anything. Like, I tell Mia all the time, like, if you get near a construction site, you just have to fuck away from there. Don't go near one around here. Their safety is not even on their minds. The same kind of thing goes on with the garbage men. They fucking... Oh, I'm not even going to get into the garbage men. I've explained them before. And once again, as soon as I come out of the house, I'm just talking about race again. Because it's all I see. Is the downsides. It's all right, though. We're gonna be fine. It all has to come down. Every morning, my friend Cheeto sends me like this prayer thing. She has like an email blast that she sends out to people, and it's always some kind of either scripture or something about God. And it's funny because I read them every day now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I get that, yeah. It all resonates with me, And then I just think about how if it was 10 years ago and I had read this or gotten the same thing, I would be like, I'd be laughing at it. I'd be laughing at it. Like, shit, whatever, okay. And now that stuff resonates with me so much, it's just weird. It's weird. I feel like I'm two different fucking people. It's strange what'll happen when you start talking to demons. Not like I wanted to. When demons start talking to you, it flips your whole fucking worldview. Came down here to play with my remote control Batmobile, but I didn't charge it long enough. I charged it yesterday, and you know what? Who gives a fuck? It didn't have enough juice. So when we brought it down here, it just died. Disappointment. Yeah, I was talking about earlier, like how the everything has to come down. I know I say that a lot, and it sounds like fucking depressing and defeatist, but it's not. I mean, what they're doing to try to tank the world is basically, I mean, they're trying to tank the world so they can move in and take control of it. You know, they're trying to make cities untenable, break down society. Look at how did I was gonna say Egyptology. What happened to the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptian society? The same thing that happened to Rome. They started bringing in a lot of different people that weren't congruent with the population that lived there normally, and it burned those places down. It destroyed those civilizations, and that's kind of just what they're doing again. It's like it's kind of their move, you know. They just flood an area with people who are not going to get along with each other, and everything degrades, you know. They usually use the same people. And in the case of Egypt and in Rome, it was the same thing. And it's funny because all those very people say they constructed Egypt, but they didn't. I mean, there were some living there, and the most of them that were living there was when it moved into the dustbin of history. But there was always Egyptians, and I mean, there's still Egyptians there now, you know. But I mean, you can't try to have a conversation with people like that about history. They don't, you know, they get fed so much shit. Jon Stewart just tells those people a lot of stuff, and they believe it. Metaphorically, Jon Stewart, and also literally Jon Stewart. I don't know why, but him and Seth Rogen are just the perfect example of that crew. You know, I just see those two detestable individuals. That and the fact, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to not like them. You know, it's not even because they're them. You know, well, yeah, but gotta be careful what I talk about. Still fucking good voice cover. Yeah, I'm gonna put some stuff on the other channel, on channel 2. I have like this, I had an incident, or saw an incident the other day that just set me off, and it set me down this whole thing that I was afraid to upload here, and I'm just gonna put it over there, because like I said before, I have no strikes, no anything over there. So if they hit me for it, I don't think they should hit me for it. You know, I see people being more, being able to discuss this stuff more openly. You know, because it's happening in every country. I mean, it's going on, you know, on Ireland, really bad. The Irish are fighting against it, but, you know, And it leads me back to the idea that it's fine because it all has to burn to the ground, you know? It all has to come down. It has to get bad for us to get out of here, you know? That's just how it's going to have to happen, because if things are okay, right? If things are all right, we're not going to be moved to try to figure a way out of that situation. And a lot of us know the way out of the situation. It's just fucking reaching a certain vibrational level so that we match up and reach critical mass and just vibrate out of this whole fucking place, you know? That's really what's going to happen. But we need to be forced in that direction by misery, and the misery that can only come from those in the farming positions, making our life just unlivable. We're not nearly there yet. That's it. As bad as it is, it's gonna have to get a lot worse, and it will, unfortunately. But we're gonna be fine. Remember, there's nothing they can do to you here that affects you. You're not of this place. You're just fucking experiencing it through your fucking meat antenna, you know. And once we're out of here, I don't even know how long it is that we'll remember this place. It'll be just, oh yeah, that was that thing we had to do. We got stuck there though for a while because some assholes, the music teacher of all people, stuck us there for a while. But it's a blip, you know. This is just a blip in our existence, which is eternal and always has been. That's the only thing that, like, I always don't worry about, but I think about, we will always exist, and we always have existed. But at the same time, we're the progeny of the divine. So he had to conceive us at some point. What were we before then? I guess just part of God, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's more metaphorical that we've always existed. But, yeah, as energy, however we came to be, once we're here, we can't go anywhere. We can be moved. You can move energy. You know, you can move it somewhere else, but you can't destroy it. So, yeah, we're here for the long run. But don't worry, because the only place with time is right here. And the reason, you know, we have time here is so that we could grow. But it's not time anywhere else. So once we're out of here and we're in a better place, we're not going to feel like, oh my God, we've been here forever. We've been in our awesome home dimension where there's no pain and no suffering, and we have nice segregation laws. We won't feel any of that because we'll be, you know, well, we wanted this body weighing down on us, but we won't feel time weighing down on us because there's no such concept of time. I don't even know if we'll remember what time is once we're out of here. I do know, or at least I feel like, we've been here longer than we're supposed to be here, and I think that has to do with the fact that, you know, my theory, and, you know, it's not just my theory, many others, that we've been trapped here. I don't know if I want to get into that now, because I want to go upstairs. I think it's kind of fucking quiet out here, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out. I didn't get to. I came out here to drive around my Batmobile, fucking, and it fucking didn't even work for a minute. I'm gonna fucking charge. Yeah, I'm gonna go charge it. This whole thing's a bust. Everything's a nightmare. Thanks for dropping in. Hopefully see you soon. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.